Hey everyone, I'm here with my 1000 subscriber special. Thank you guys so much. It's been really a pleasure to do this. So today we're going to count down my top 10 game show memories. Now, my game show memories are very vivid. Sometimes they're not vivid. Sometimes I forget them. But honestly, these moments just either stood out to me in a weird way or they developed me as a person. Game shows can teach you a lot. Not really a lot, let's be real. I mean, trivia, they can teach you trivia, that's for sure. But the competition of it is very interesting. So let's start off with number 10, which is the Sass family loses the car. Now, I don't have the clip here, but all I can say is that basically, oh yeah, and I'm not sure if this is the one where she gets all... No, there was one where she got all zeros. Fun fact, Andy and Aaron Sass were on Minute to Win It, so we might have that episode soon. Not from them, I swear. It's from someone else. But anyway, so Sass family makes it like all the way to the 5th game, and then they go up, it's sudden death, and then they lose. And it just... Oh, they were so close to winning the new car, and I'm like, oh. Because they were crazy people. Like, they were crazy, they were ready to play, they were doing this psyched up mantra, like, I'm about to, like, own you stuff. But it wasn't like, it was just competitive. It was just like feeling, it was showing them how much they really wanted it. And that just felt kind of sad to me. So, not all my game show memories are happy, but, you know, it develops me as a person. I get through it. If I understand their struggle, I can probably get through my struggle. So. Moving on, number 9, we have another. This one, it came down, I'm just going to play this in the background. But, so, this came down to really neck and neck, and it was the Great Food Truck Race, so. I'm not sure you consider that a game show, it's more of a reality show, but it's still a competition, so I guess you can count it. Honestly, so they had 7 of the best food trucks, it came down to the final 2, one team had been dominating. I'm not going to say the team's names just because I think you should find out for yourself, really. But if I do get the clip, I will share it. So, it came down to Waffle Love and... Oh, I just said one of the teams. Well, might as well spill it now. Waffle Love and Phenomenal Dumplings. So, Phenomenal Dumplings had their truck break on, like, the first pit stop, I guess. So, like, Amazing Race terminology, like, first round, basically. So, like, the first round, first elimination, the truck breaks down, and they somehow survive. And then they keep surviving, basically, until the final 2. Staying in the bottom 2 while Waffle Love is just dominating, even though they kind of ignore the challenges, which are, like, a bonus for extra money. You're supposed to, like, teach you something, or you're supposed to, like, show your tricking skill, and... Okay, so the girls win an advantage in the final 2. So it's the final 2, like, last episode... The girls win an advantage that lets them sell 30 less in the first city. So it was like a race. It was like you had to sell like 150 in 3 different locations, 50 in each. But Phenomenal Dumpling got to do 30 less. So what ends up happening is Phenomenal gets up to a great start because they're phenomenal, apparently. So it's pretty even, but Phenomenal starts to spread the gap between them and Waffle, and they eventually finish like super quickly. And then Tyler calls him and he's like, hey, none of your sales count. You were outside of the mark zone where I told you to sell, so go back and do it again. And they still somehow ended up winning. I don't know. It's probably editing. I swear it was. People tell me it's editing. I really want to believe them. But I cannot believe that they would just insert that into the show and not... Like, I feel like there was probably a feasible reason, because... On the show, honestly, it seemed like they were outside of the boundary because you could see signs for the town. Like, welcome to, and it's like, welcome to this place. And it's like, when you go to welcome to signs, you're not technically in it yet. Maybe, I don't know, this controversy for another day. But we're gonna move on. All I can say is Waffle Love lost. Yes, I spoiled it. But the team that I wanted to win lost, which is Waffle Love, and they were dominating over it. So. And I'm still bitter about it. I am still bitter about it. They were brought back. I won't reveal the result of that one. But, all I can say is, if you're really rooting for a team and then they end up losing, you gotta deal with it. It hurts. It's tough. Had things played out differently. This is one of those scenarios. But I did enjoy the drama with them having to go back and sell 50 more. So they had to go back and sell 50 more because they were outside the Mark boundary. They were like, go do it again. So, yeah. We're gonna move on, but just goes to show. Sometimes competitions are not all they seem, I guess. Anyone's coming on top. Catch-21. This is more of an honorable mention, but I enjoyed the show as a kid, so yeah. And before you say a kid, this was more in my 11, 12, 13 issue. So, well, more so as I was still like 10. Like, I'm an adult now. Like, I'm pretty much an adult now, so I mean, I'm 19 right now, so yeah. Basically, yeah, so that's it. But this show was great, honestly. The format was great. Nothing was wrong about it. Kind of feels like Pressure Luck where they canceled it just because it kind of feels like a Wheel of Fortune Jeopardy type of thing, because trivia can't keep everyone hyped for long unless it's Jeopardy, because Jeopardy basically spun the wheel on that and said, hey, we're gonna take it and we're gonna reverse it. So, and you could say, oh, well, there's so many ways to shuffle a deck of cards, but like, and then it's kind of like Pressure Luck, where it is luck, and people kind of get tired of luck. I don't know if people really get tired of luck. I don't know. Something with shows lasting for 4 years and then getting canceled. It's a trend. But I enjoyed the show. That's all I gotta say. Oh, this next one. So, I watch American Ninja Warrior right now, and it's a pretty good show. I mean, it has gone downhill, honestly. But it's still good. I still watch it. Less than I should, but I should watch it more, honestly. But Joe Morosky is my favorite competitor. Shout out, Joe. Anyway, so, man, so what got me into this show, honestly, was him. And it was this moment right here. So, I'll play the audio.
Punched his ticket back to Las Vegas, but he is not done. The fastest time is on the line of Barras. Oh!
What? Unbelievable! He broke the rumbling dice. Oh, I just finished this sentence. Okay. So he breaks the thing. Honestly, it was a lot bigger. The gap here was a lot bigger when I watched it for the first time than now. Just my memory of it. But honestly, it wasn't that good of a jump. I think he could have made it from there, honestly, anyways. But, you know, just to see that get me into the show is pretty shocking. To see such a save, something that's abnormal on this show, happened for the first time, get me into this show, and my favorite competitor. It's so good. And Joe's got a competitive flair. So, shout out.
Yama better be able to withstand the tornado that is Joe Morosky, because he is heading straight for it.
Good times. Anyway. Next, we move on to something pretty embarrassing. But, okay. So, Family Game Night. I love this show. Watched it, obviously. Long time ago, but anyways, so I will say that I used to just dance to the Bop It commands for no reason, because I thought it was a really good cohesive song until it stopped and someone made a wrong move. Because they do form like a really good song, honestly. It's a good bop. No, that's okay. They were a good bop, now it's cringy, but you know. There's still a good bop in there. So, and then when Todd Todd stops the 3, because this Bop It game had gone on for so long, and when I was younger, I was thinking, wait, is he just gonna decide the winner? Has this gone on for too long? Do we have time constraints? Like, because, you know, TV has time constraints, and I didn't realize editing was a thing, so, yeah. I always thought, you know, wait, are they just gonna end it right now because this is too long? But really, he just eliminated 2 of them. For some reason, I thought, hey, they're gonna end the game right now, they're just gonna give it to the one with more members or something. But really, that's not what happened. But this Bop It game had gone for so long that I thought that. I don't know why. And these moments are in no particular order, just because I can't really rank them. But my number 1 and my first couple, the last couple are, I'm pretty sure.
But ultimately, here you go. Is your web...
Oh, great. An ad. Wow, that's just... I really should have double checked. My fault. Sorry, guys. So... This show, I watched it as a teenager, so it was really interesting. And to know what would have been coming in this world. This show is not the world, but it's kind of like a reality show, game show. I mean, it's just crazy to see. I mean, I watch this show. I love this show, honestly. For some reason, I love seeing it tick down to 0, even though I should be... Inside of me, I want to root against that. I really want to root against that. I really do. But for some reason, I can't. Like it's just in my brain that I want to see it go to 0 so bad. For some reason, just to see them argue and be all, as Diamond would say it, petty. Take the lead. Be a man. Who's willing to step up, you know? And no one's willing to step up. I'm like, ooh. Maybe I just do it for the audience. I don't know. There's something innate, it's natural in me just wanting to see it go 0. And this show really asks tough questions. Honestly, they'd ask some of the most controversial questions I've seen up to that point in my life, and I'm like, wow. Honestly, this show ain't preparing me for the world, but this sure giving a good picture of what it's gonna look like. Worst case scenario. Hopefully this is the worst case scenario. Hopefully we can do better than this, people. We can do better than this, people, right? We can do better than this. But I love that one guy that was just the high-pitched voice is 2, 1. By the way, I expect to see a redemption episode of this soon. Hopefully. It would not come out by now. So, yeah. We're gonna move on. But this show was really good. I liked the arguments in it. I can make it a whole video about Divided, but we're just gonna keep it short. Yes, I know about old game shows. Wow, okay. Yes, I do. So this was my, first old game show I watched. Honestly, Pressure Luck is really good. You got 700 episodes. You can watch it every day for 2 years and you can see something new. And then a couple more days, you got 750. Which is so good, because throughout my life, I'm always going to experience a new Pressure Luck. I don't watch this show often, but I do watch it. And when I watch it, it is good. It's not always the best game. Sometimes it's a flawed game. It's kind of like Catch-21 in a sense. But what makes it different from Catch-21 is there's much more unpredictability. So, and yeah, we get to the guy who figured out all the patterns. Now, let's address the cheating thing. When I watched this, I was shocked. I cannot believe I discovered a game show legend when I just watched this episode regularly. Because I didn't really discover the show regularly, then I heard about the thing. I watched a game show reviewer thing, and then they talked about this, so shout out to game show reviewer. So basically, this guy memorizes 5 patterns, and he wins it all. He watches the show, he tapes it. He loses all his money afterwards, but let's not focus on it. He wins 110,237, which is apparently unheard of in 1984, because inflation. Hello, have you seen? In this economy? I guess. Inflation, right? So, yeah, it was a ton of money at the time, and it was you wouldn't expect to win, because they were oh, on Millionaire, we didn't give out that much money because the questions are too hard, or because, people lose the money, or people go home, or, who wants to be a millionaire? They never gave out more than $20,000 a day or something, is a quote I remember from the Scandal thing, whatever. So, yeah, this guy comes on and just dominates, and honestly, it was pretty shocking. I adore this moment, but I adore this line from Peter. Personally, Peter lost his mind. Rip Peter Tomarken. You can do it. The whammies didn't eat you. It's okay. The whammies didn't eat you. Unless it was that plane crash whammy. There's a plane crash whammy, right? Someone. Oh, that's sad. Oh well. Anyways, so I just love this line from Peter for some reason.
CBS will relinquish its entire daytime schedule for this show to go on. You keep going. Are you ready, JD?
And I mean, the last spin, she just goes full force. She's like, I'm so angry, I'm gonna beat Michael Larson, I'm gonna win some money, and neither time she won anything, so I feel bad for Janie. If Janie's still alive, I'm not sure if she's really alive, but if she's still alive, she deserves a third and final chance to win some money. Ed won the previous show, so it's fine, but and yeah, you could say, oh, contestants on Pressure Luck don't win much, and then you could say, oh, well, she had a regular chance on Lamb, she pushed her luck too far, but it's She's only been competing against Larsons. Like, give her a break. Can she compete against, like, a non-Larson? If she competes against a non-Larson, then I'll finally be happy for her to get her chance to win some money. Come on. And if she's the first $1 million winner on the new PYL, that would be the ultimate redemption. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But hey, PYL, get Janie back without a Larson. Do not bring any more Larsons on that show. If they are Larsons, you can bring Larsons back on the show, but don't put them in the same episode. Don't put Janie and a Larson on the same episode. That does not make sense. You want to bring Ed back, I guess you could do it, but Ed won. He was on Miami. He's fine. I wouldn't mind making him like a guest appearance. Next, couple showdown. Minute to win it. Okay. This episode, oh my god, I remember it so well. It's 4-3. I'm gonna spoil it right now for my Minute to Win It fans. It's 4-3. It ends up being a 4-3. The couple that wins loses all their lives on Kerplunk Kerplunk on the very next level, so it's fine. No, it was just a very good head-to-head episode. There was a couple from Michigan and a couple from Los Angeles. Now, me being from Michigan, I was rooting for the Michiganders. And they both needed this money, so I was rooting for them, like, really well. So it ends up being 3-2. The red couple, gray is Michigan, red is Los Angeles. So I'm doing based on their shirt colors. So yeah, gray. Okay, so red is up 3-2. They only need one more to win, and the game is bottlenecking, which is basically getting juggy with it, but different. Oh, soda bottles, empty soda bottles. I had played that game once before. I did not get very far. I could barely do 2. But honestly, it was intense. I was watching it. The bottlenecking, it was falling. Every time it was falling down. The tower was falling down. And then finally, Michiganders got it. And I'm like, yes! Yes! We're about to win this. We're about to win. And, like, it's kind of the same thing with, like, Waffle Love. Where I got so disappointed that the Michiganders lost. Because I feel like they need the money more than Los Angeles. Because, I mean, yeah, sure, Los Angeles ain't cheap. But I guess, well, maybe, yeah, sure, well, that's an argument for another day. But anyways, I just felt more of a connection to my home state in this Minute to Win It battle, so, yeah. They lost the paddle popping game, so basically got your back, but reversed. But not reversed, but, like, head-to-head. So, yeah, sad, but, you know, it was intense, and when we get that episode, I'm gonna definitely lose my mind. Bishop family. I don't think I need to explain this one, but Drew beating the marble game is wow. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. I can't believe it happened. I really can't believe it happened. Like, I swear. It is my life goal to beat that game on camera, along with Supercoin. Someday. Probably do it in a few years, once I get the space to do it. Maybe, who knows. But anyway, so yeah, them losing twice. Brad had hits on that thing. Coley didn't do so well. We have just as much chance as anyone. Songs are really good. Millions of Me is a great track. 70 seconds. Yikes, man. Oh, that last one got me for sure, man. Like, that last one right there. He throws the last one and it's... Oh, it's so close. I'm not sure if you can see. You probably can't. But he was so close on the last one. I was like, if that went in, we would have had to go with our camera replay and we would have been tensing up. We would have been losing our minds. I would have fell to the floor to go to that camera replay again, to the power cam. I would have been losing my mind had that last one gone in. Anyways. It went $500,000. Great episode. And 5 kids doing it. I do say their win is a little undeserved just due to the fact that they had really easy team games. But, you know, they beat uphill. I think that's what matters. And then we have number 1. When I was a kid, I thought game shows were a scam. Not a scam, just like... Unless it was the last episode, no one was going to win $1 million. They would intentionally air the $1 million win last, then get canceled, then they would get canceled, and say, hey, we're going to air the $1 million win last, but then I thought about it and that doesn't make any sense. I had not seen $1 million win up to this point in my life, because I was too addicted to Minute to Win It. As weird that sounds. Deal or no deal, I hadn't seen $1 million win, because I hadn't watched the show enough. Other shows, I mean, they don't even offer $1 million. So when I watched this 1 vs 100, I watched it moderately. This was the Battle of the Sexes episode, obviously. So he picks Christmas, and then as the mob members got eliminated, I started to lose my mind as him as well too, because I didn't understand what was happening. And then it got to 1 million, and then I lost it. Because I didn't understand. I didn't actually see someone win $1 million on a game show before. I hadn't seen anyone win $1 million. So to know that someone could win $1 million and I'm watching it is ridiculous. I was not expecting anyone to win $1 million in any point in my life. I really don't expect to see it on live television. I mean, this was not live. I watched this on GSN as a rerun, but like, still, to know that I was watching a possible $1 million win was insane to me. Like, you don't just tune into a game show and expect to see someone win $1 million. You don't do that unless you know and you've studied up and be like, oh, this is the episode where they win $1 million. I'm watching it for the first time. But if you just went in blind and you didn't know anything and you saw someone win $1 million, wow. This was not my first game show episode, by the way. Minutes to win it, I got into somehow, some way. I forgot how I got into it, but. So, all the mob members get it wrong. It's $1 million or nobody gets nothing, I believe. Because I don't think the 15 split it. This is my #1 moment, because just watching someone actually win $1 million proved to me that game shows are not... They're not unbeatable, they're not... What do you call it? Impossible. Okay, impossible is a little bit too broad. I mean, Michael Larson did want a bunch of money, but that was kind of like gaming the system. He did not cheat. I repeat, he did not cheat. He just figured out the patterns. That's for another day. All I can say is, wow. What a moment. And that is going to be the video. Bye-bye.